So on exit ticket 7-1, number 1 asks you to solve the quadratic equation algebraically. First of all, guys, is it set up to be solved yet? No. Why not? There's no 0. There's no side that's 0. Which one can be made into a 0? By moving the 2, the second side, by moving the 2. And so it's a positive 2. When you move it, it becomes a negative 2. Okay? So these zero out. You get x squared plus 11x. And then what's 30 minus 2? 28. And that's going to be less than 0. Okay? Once it is in standard form, you can determine if it's going to be a conjunction or a disjunction. What's it going to be? Conjunction. So that means that it is connected. So you can do away with any of the ones that have the word or because those are disconnected. So half of your answers go away. Now, I would solve this one by factoring. Agreed? Okay. So if I'm going to factor, the first term in each of my factors is going to be x. And then to find the second term, we need two numbers that add up to 11 and multiply to 28. What's the combination that's going to do it? 7 and 4. Okay, so plus 7 plus 4. And what do we know about factors and solutions? You flip the sign. So x plus 7 is going to give me what critical value? Negative 7. And x plus 4 is going to give me negative 4. Agreed? Okay. Now, based on that alone, can't you already tell what your answer is? What is it? D. But to explain why, when you write the answer as an inequality, you write the lowest value first, which is negative 7, the highest last, which is negative 4, variable in the middle. These are always less thans. They don't take an equal unless your original symbol has an equal, and it doesn't. So the correct answer is D. Okay there? All right. Take a look at number 2. So number 2, same type of problem. They want me to solve it algebraically. Is it good to go? No. What needs to move? 14. And when I move it, it becomes negative. So we have x squared minus 14x plus 33 is greater than or equal to 0. Do you guys want a triformula or do you want a factor? Okay, I'll give you a good way to know if factoring is an option. If your answers are integers or nice, well, if it's a decimal, you don't want to use factoring. You either want integers or fractions. If they're integers or fractions, then it factors. Okay? Now, if I factor this one, the first term in each factor is x. I need two numbers that add up to what? Negative 14 and multiply to 33. What's going to do it for us? And my signs? Negative, negative. All right? Perfect. Now, what I failed to do over here is when I got here, I should have looked at my symbol to determine if it's a conjunction or a disjunction. Disjunction, which means it is disconnected. So I could have eliminated A and D. Okay? Now remember that my factors and my critical values do what? They flip. So if a factor is x minus 11, the critical value is 11. And if it's x minus 3, the critical value is 3. Now, based on the signs alone, I know that my answer is what? B. But let me explain it, guys. When I do intervals, I'm visual. So I have to see the graph. So my graph is going to have the critical values. Do I put, do I fill them in or leave them open? Fill them in. Good. Do I connect them or are they disconnected? Disconnected. Okay. So on the left, okay, I have an arrow, and where's that arrow headed to? Negative infinity, and it stops on the right at what value? 3. The negative infinities always take parentheses. Why does the 3 take a bracket? Because it can be the 3. It's filled in, okay? And you unite that with the second interval. On the left, this one starts at 11. And on the right, where's it headed to? Infinity. Again, parentheses on the infinities, bracket on the 11 for the same reason. So that's how you get that interval.